Hello, Oddfellows. Today we'll be perusing through the aisles of the Oddities and Curiosities Festival. They have dates and locations all over the country. This one was in Pittsburgh, PA. This is your fair warning that there will be bones and taxidermy and unalived animals in this presentation. If that is too much for you, please watch another video from my playlist. We'll be looking at bones, beasts, babes, blood, and much more. Now let's get started on this curious adventure. So, I went upstairs to the main floor where the expo was taking place. I scanned my ticket, got my hand stamped, and then entered this curious expedition. Upon entering, there is one giant open floor with about 100 booths filled with odd things. There were also food and drink booths. To my right was the official souvenir booth for the Oddities and Curiosities Festival. They had stickers and patches and various scary-looking t-shirts to pick from. They also had different kinds of pins. At the end, I will show you what I got, so stay tuned for that. At the far end, they had photo ops with their logo, and next to that was a Sideshow freak show stage that had different shows throughout the day. Let's give this a closer look.
Circus Sideshow. Now we are a classic 10-in-1 carnival-style sideshow, which makes you, and this is important, this is an honored and special position for you to be in. This makes you, my friends, one of the last of the traveling 10-in-1 carnival-style audiences anywhere in the world. So we feel both morally and ethically obliged to include in our show. And that's where we're going to start. Now, to do this act, I am going to need a couple of things, but we're in luck because I remembered to bring them this time. The first thing we need is one of these. This, my friends, is a small claw hammer. It is a real claw hammer. The head is really made of metal. The handle is really made of wood. There are no secrets, no tricks, no trapdoors. It is a real claw hammer. Now, with this claw hammer, we're gonna need something else. Every good hammer should come with a good nail. And this is a very good nail indeed. My friends, this is a 40 penny nail. It is 5 1/4 inches long. It is solid stainless steel. And what I'm gonna do for you today is I'm gonna take this hammer and I'm gonna use it to drive this nail directly into the center of my skull. Now we're gonna do this on the count of 3, and I'd like you all to count along with me, because I need the help. I went to public school in Kentucky. That got way too big of a laugh. I don't like that. Here we go. On the count of 3, hammer, nail, center of the skull. 1, 2. Some of y'all went to public school too. I'm not hearing an awful lot of counting. If it's hard, don't worry. You'll get lost. It's fine. There's a 1 at the beginning, a 3 at the end, and a 2 in the middle. Not confusing at all. All right, let's try that again. Here we go. 1, 2. I'm still not going to do that, though. That'd be crazy. If you want to drive a nail into the center of my skull, first we have to find it. We're going to find it like this. We'll take the nail, we'll draw a line down the middle of my face this way, a line across the middle of my face that way. And what you will discover is that the center of my skull is actually right about there. So that's where we're going to drive the nail. One more time on the count of 3. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I hit a bone. Oh, I hit a bone. Must be because I'm a bonehead. The jokes aren't going to get better, so just buckle in now. But I like to work smarter, not harder, so we're going to loosen it up a little bit first. I'll do that by getting a hold of the head of the nail like so, and just giving it a twist. We'll give it a wiggle, and out it comes, just like that. Oh wow, oh, No, never mind. Sorry. Introduce you now to someone very special to me. Someone very near and dear to my heart. Because she's my boss. She signs my paychecks and pays me to say that. Welcome to the stage, the one, the only, Miss Trashy.
With a bullwhip! The second thing is something sexy. Which is me! With a bullwhip! Oh! The third thing is something disgusting. That's literally, that's the only one. That's just you. That's your... whatever.
That's right, my friends. Today and today only, you get to staple a weirdo without a safe word or assault charges. It's fun for the whole family. Even kids get to try. It's only $5 to staple a weirdo today. Come and make yourself a memory that you'll carry with you for the rest of your life, whether you want to or not. Here we go. Have you ever used one of these before, my friend? Not once. I still don't feel any better about this. Strange. I'm going to hand you that. You're going to hand me this. And now, this is important. I want to tell your fellow audience members about this very important thing. The higher the bill you bring me, the better the real estate. I'm going to let you staple it too. Beautifully done. Firm yet gentle. I appreciate that. Who's next? Wonderfully done. Someone just found a new hobby. You're going to hear that noise again, I promise. Who's next? Come right on up, yes.
Well, that was something different. Let's see what goodies they're selling, shall we? Looking at the oddities booths, we have this booth that has combinations of skulls and steampunk elements. I like the deep sea diver helmet. At Miss Jones's booth, we have preserved animals, snakes, and even bugs. If you're looking for spinal columns, Wicked Whimsy has you covered. Urban Witchcraft has crafty jewelry you might like these nice eyeball rings. Venom Dolls has some nice scary plushies like Cthulhu, satanic goat bears, and more. Occult Crystal Creations combines skulls with foliage and crystals. Interesting. Earthenwood creates these mini relief plaques of strange creatures. They also create cute graphic stickers and other collectibles. Oh, Violent Visual creates horrific images based on horror characters.
Probably the original work. You know, I do the
Scary. Interesting. This is a horrific dissected Virgin Mary statue, similar to artist Damien Hirst. Very original. This G-Witch 3 booth has many baubles, bells, and bracelets for those who like stones, crystals, and jewelry. In this variety booth, we have these cute and scary Hello Kitty bags, ghosts, coffins, Beetlejuice, and even Satan. Here we have some cute plushies, like the Baphomet goat, the Grim Reaper, and some scary bunnies. Over here we have some dream catchers and even animals preserved in glass. What is that? Baby chicks? Pigs? Is that a shark? A lot of octopuses. Butterflies, and even classic Halloween bags. Here we have some pop culture and horror keychains. And here is the old standard, baskets of dead stuffed baby chicks. Everyone needs one of those. This hardcore hearse club has a ton of scary and creepy goodies for everyone. Here we have a lot of furs and framed bones for your living room. What is that? Anyone know? Comment below. It looks like a baby pig with moth wings. And these furs are $100. Here we have some cutesy Halloween blankets with skulls, purple bats, and skeletons. Which one do you like? Here are some vintage-style cardboard decorations for Halloween. Almost bought one. That's odd. Stuffed parakeets and cockatiels? Hello, birdie. And here we have 2 rabbits breeding. That's very curious. Bone portraits, more rabbits, and lots of skulls. At Crystal Bunny Designs, we have plastic horror knives and graphic cutting boards. At this booth with the fancy words, they have professional diaphanization, which is dyeing the bones of preserved animals to see their different parts. I thought this was fascinating. These colors are beautiful. Here we have a mishmash of oddities and crazy-looking stuffed animals. Would you buy something like that? Deviant Dolls has these graphic bone-painted animals, very unique and modern. Hell Kitten has some magical earrings and some mini portraits of scary eyes. Gertie's has some antique dried floral arrangements mixed with bones. GLTN makes these crazy scary cakes and cookies. What do you think? Oreos with eyeballs, very odd. And some scary cakes. This was a fun booth. Sweet and spooky had nicely carved stones of horror characters. They also had horror characters as bath bombs. Here we have Terrifier. Chucky. Jaws, Ghosts. Coraline. Oogie Boogie, Jack Skeleton. Bats, Skeletons, and more. More pretty tales. This booth, Turn Your Blood into Art, was one of the most shocking of all. Here they withdraw your blood and they make portraits, art, keepsakes, or jewelry out of it. Here are some blood-filled sculptures, blood rings. Would you try something like that? Comment below.
So these books are going to be the things that we can turn your blood into. Everything else on the table obviously is me, my wife, or donors. This is how that custom process works on this side. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me. I'm happy to.
Here they had a photo op area where you can pretend to be a monster. At Bugs and Butterflies, we can see all the pretty bugs on God's green earth. At this booth, we have some macabre and scary t-shirts, pumpkins, werewolves, Krampus, dragons, and more. Oh God, it's Krampus. At the Crooked Hand, we have medieval iconic styled graphic artwork with scary themes. Here are Dante's images of Lucifer, deities, and death. Goodles has some nice graphic vintage style gifts from stickers to buttons. Postcards, pin-up signs, and magnets. Here, we have an artist mastering his craft of macabre oil painting. Here are some other examples of his work. Here is a jet black deer, interesting and dark. This seller creates simple summer dresses using vintage scary and retro patterns. What do you think? There's tarot cards, skeletons, skulls. At Soul Perchers, we have this collection of Rococo and Victorian-styled animals dressed in period clothes and framed in period-style framing. I have seen this work before. Creekside Taxidermy has a lot of liquid preserved animals. Here we have it's a cat's head. Anywho, there are coyotes and other animals if you like that sort of thing. Here we have some nicely dressed animals and even the entire cast of Beetlejuice and the It movies as mice. Look at that little dress. Anyway, at Etched in Embers, we have macabre-styled illustration and prints. Here at Leviathan Artworks, we have medieval-styled, dark engraved graphic T-prints. At this booth, we have naturally preserved real spider webs in frames, and also in jewelry, necklaces, and rings. Pretty cool, huh? This section was an open seating area where you can get snacks, chat, and look at the scary treasures that you found. Here we have some naughty teas with swear words and dirty sayings. I don't want to get in trouble, so I'll let you read them. At the Erie Emporium, there were really cool vintage Halloween items. They had a lot of blow molds and mugs. Here is vintage cardboard wall decor. Over here were tabletop pieces, blow molds, and plastic treat buckets. These were really old, probably from the 30s. Here were some vintage collectible toys and decorations. At Roadside Linen Arts, I decided to buy a souvenir. This booth had small, vintage-style dioramas featuring scary movie creatures and vintage Halloween figures. I decided to buy that pumpkin head magnet with the card on the back. What do you think?
I'm gonna buy myself a Christmas movie.
I thought about buying that Godzilla one, but it was pricey.
Thank you so much. Take care. So, I'm just going to grab.
They also had these really cool vintage-styled Christmas ornament cards. At artist Jeff Bertrand's booth, there was a collage of pop culture figures, including Jesus painted as Ronald McDonald. What do you think of this? Is it too much? Comment below. There were also photo op areas like this area where you could take your picture in a coffin. At Twisted Creations, they had graphic, modern-styled gifts of horror and Halloween figures. I really like the vintage/modern graphics that are used at these retro booths. This booth had sexy, retro, and Beetlejuice-styled sexy garments and underwear. To the side was Hearse Mania, a group that is crazy about hearses. They had different colored hearses from different years that you could peruse through. Oh, there's nothing in there. At Just Buried, we had a plethora of vampire-themed home decor, from pictures to shelves and jewelry and pins. Everything is a coffin. That's an interesting display case. More coffins. At Odds and Ends, we have these cute and bizarre decorative plates with images of two-headed calves and some pop culture figures. Very curious. Terra Nada has beautiful acrylic skulls filled with bugs and other interesting and odd materials. Let's give these a closer look. Oh, I like sparkly ones. That one has ice cream on it. Those have flowers and skulls in them. And the ones behind have bugs. Curious. Interesting. This booth sells cute and graphic circus-styled prints, flags, and stationery with cryptids on them. There's Sasquatch, the jackalope and the Mothman. How cute. An alien brain dog. The Loch Ness puppy. This booth was really cool, and it had graphic-styled posters, t-shirts, and flag banners with classic scary figures on them. Happy y'all, Oween. Of course, they'd have Danny DeVito. This booth sold steampunk-styled items from writing implements to goggles. Here are some Victorian hats. I really like this steampunk flag banner. Here are some interesting Victorian brooches. Some tea diffusers. Here are some retro goggles. And some beautiful feathered writing instruments and journals. Here is an antique hearse from the early 1900s. It doubled as a furniture truck and a cart to move coffins. And they also added a top hat. This entomology tent was an extra add-on. Here you could create your own taxidermied animal. Let's give it a peek. I wonder what they're making. At Brian Brains, we have modernized graphic gifts, shirts, stickers, toys, hats, and collectibles. Very nicely done, sir. That Frankenstein hat was cool. I should have bought it as a Halloween costume. Big eyeballs. So here are my souvenirs. I got the vintage Pumpkin Man magnet from the roadside linen arts booth and the official Oddities and Curiosities pin with the shiny finish. What do you think? If you liked this tour, please check out my playlist for tours of other scary places, haunted houses, and even Halloween shopping and decorating. Until next time, stay odd and curious, my friends.